Sorry, can you get away? Okay, man, I'm trying to do a guide here. Hello guys, please. Can you not? Zdravo, zdravo. Hello YouTube and welcome back to Castle of Random. It's your boy, Random, and welcome back to another video regarding Skopje 83. Now, I know I said that I'm not gonna play until the full release comes on the 7th of November. And I know we didn't really finish the demo, but we can also do that. But I kind of want to wait for the full release. I decided to make a little guide for you people out there. Just so when you get into the game, you just have an idea about what you're doing and what you're not doing, basically. As of time of this recording, this is basically what we also got in the comments. So, huge shout out to this person right here. It seems that we were like-minded people. So yeah, basically, I'm not gonna yap on for anymore. We're gonna cover a few topics, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. And let me tell you what you need to know before you jump into Skopje 83. Shall we? Okay, so the topics that we're gonna cover in this guide is regarding locations, looting, what's happening when you die and when you don't die, how it runs, how to loot certain things, and you know, the basic overall system. We're basically playing on what I did the last time before on my previous video. So you remember we died, and this is basically where we respawned. So you respawn back at the beginning. It's almost like you kind of just escaped the base. And first we're gonna cover what you retain and what you lose. So let me tell you, off the bat, you lose everything in regards to loot that you had previously. So this is like a checkpoint. If you see, this is the loot we had before we left Kale Fortress, and we're back to it. You also lose your second weapon, and you lose, basically, we lost the SMG and we lost the pipe. Also, you lose your perks, so we have no more perks anymore, no tools, and also our level for the perks is reset to 0, as you can see in the top corner. So that's what you lose. On the plus side is, whatever you made, so you can see, from the weapons, you can still make them, pretty much. It's not like you cannot make them anymore. But you can see that the actual perks that you did here, so regarding the perks in the van, are actually still viable. So you still have the perks, no worries there, all good. Don't fret, don't fret. So you're still holding up to them. Also, the upgrades that you did to the bus or the dom or the pioneer, basically us, also are retained, as I'm pretty much sure, because we already have them. I mean, some of them, not all of them. But also, how the storage works. So you have two storages, basically. You can do here, which is for your weapons and stuff. And also, you have the storage for your bus crate. So also, whatever you built previously is also retained. So make sure to build stuff before you die, man. And then you'll be good, basically. So you won't have to juggle on the map over and over again and hopefully, you know, die basically once again like I did. As you can see, our storage is pretty much empty, like I said. Also, these are intertwined, so they are shared. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Maybe it's a glitch, maybe not, I'm not sure. But I think, as you can see, no matter if I open the storage or the bus crate, whether it is this or this, they're connected, they both flash, so you don't really get any extra storage. The refuel works pretty much simple. You have batteries. As you can see, we already built 2 batteries here. As you can see, when this battery right over here is at 0, of course you won't be able to drive anymore, so you can replace them. It's pretty easy. The blueprints are in there, and yeah, that's pretty much it, how we are gonna go about this. So that's pretty much what happens. Also, whatever loot, I mean, it's given, but whatever loot you had, because we died somewhere around this Metalski Tower, so whatever loot you had on you, you lose it. So you retain the loot that you had before leaving the Kale Fortress, but you also lose any other additional loot that you had that is not in your storage, in your dome. So yeah, that's pretty much about what's happening when you die or when you don't die. So bottom line is, try not to die, or if you're about to die or close, make sure always that your dome is close to you so you can quickly take out all the storage that you have in you so you can basically get away as soon as possible. So with that said, now we're moving on to how to read the map and how to fix your bus. Okay, so we have our bus here. What's happening here? As you can see, there's 2 ways to fix your bus. One of them is by using batteries to fix it, like a quick fix. This is the one, and the other one is basically bus stations. What are bus stations? I'll tell you, don't worry. So this is one of the ways. As you can see, there's hold E to fix, and you basically hold it, you waste the battery, and it goes up a small amount of health. So this is like a quick this is the bandage for the bus, basically. And now I'll show you quickly how do we go to the bus station. That is the repairment. See you in a bit. Because we're also learning, you know, Macedonians basically with our playthroughs. This is read as Požarna, which means fire station. So this is the fire station. Anyway, moving on. And before we move on, this is the second way of how you can repair your dom or the bus. Strujko, a little boat. How do you call this in English? It's basically a boat. It's electricity, like little electricity guy, I don't know. This is the second way how you can repair your dome. You go in here, as you can see there's two ways. You can use a repair or refuel, which basically does the same. Anyway, sorry, let me just quickly dispose of this. Yeah, so this is two ways you can teleport, which I haven't used it, but it also uses batteries, which I think what this does is this teleports you near to the other locations of where you find a Strujko. Basically, you have a teleport to the other locations. But I think there should be like a way for you to, I guess, unlock it. Basically, when you go in. But what this does here, as you can see, we have damage. Our battery is low. Our electricity is also a little bit down. Ouch. Yeah, I'm not the bestest of driver anyway. So you just basically go in, you park your bus nice and tight, you get out of the driver's seat, let it here, and how you do is you just hover over the one that you want, you click your mouse, and it does the job for you. And just like that, you get a brand new, full health, full battery bus. And this can be done indefinitely, so it's not restricted to just doing it a few times. But for the sake of it, because I also said that we're gonna check regarding the teleport, we're gonna take out a few batteries which we have lying around because we are generous like that. And let's see if I'm right with my theory about needing this. So we're doing a teleport. It says 50... So kinda right, but also wrong. So what this does is, if you go to a location where your dome is not, basically, let's say, for the sake of it, you were walking around and you left your bus, let's say in this first Metalski tower. So this is a recall button, basically. So you recall your bus at here and you get the bus. That's pretty much it. Hopefully this explains it. And yeah, that's how you can make sure that your bus is always near you. That's also one of the ways to make sure that your bus is always near you. Okay, so we figured out what you need to do regarding the bus repairment and maintenance, storage and all that good stuff. We learned about the dying. Now we're moving on to the combat mechanics. We're gonna talk about how can you face each opponent, weaknesses and advantages you can use to get the high ground in those fights. Okay, so there are a few things that are basically in this game. As you can see, first off, we're gonna start with the robot. I guess because the game wanted us just to stumble on a robot all of a sudden, which I don't really like it. But what you want to do is shoot that eye. When it's yellow, if only I could aim properly. Uh-oh, no. My damage is very weak. Basically the gun does jack shit. Well, we're dead again. Oh boy. Anyway, what I wanted to say is, you basically want to shoot at it right there in the eye. It gets stunned, and that's one easy way to make sure that this robot actually just dies. Also, this was revealed by the developers. So yeah, that's what you really want to do. Just aim at the eyes, because we died again, so now we're just gonna have to drive again. And yeah, that's kind of what you want to do. Make sure that you aim for the eye. Make sure that you are precise and have a better weapon. Don't use the pistol. It sucks. Trust me, the pistol is not on your side, man. It is actually very, very difficult to aim with the pistol. I don't know, man. I mean, it is the basic weapon, the free weapon that you always have. But for the love of God, just get a different weapon. Get the SMG as soon as possible, and yeah. Now, moving on to our second enemies, which are the regular guys. What the? Okay, never mind. We are stumbled Maybe not. What the fuck was that? Okay, anyway. Okay, so these are the bazooka guys. You pretty much seen them before I died. Before we encountered that bloody robot tank. Those are basically, you just want to shoot them in the head. That's pretty much the weak point. Try to get them close. And that's pretty much it. Also, these guys. These these are the regular ones. How I want to fight them is always I'm using a knife because it's the easiest option. And it's the best option for me at least. Ouch! Sorry, can you get away? Okay, man. I'm trying to do a guide here. Hello guys, please. Can you not? Maybe? Okay. Whatever. Yeah, that's a wrench guy. Please don't see me. Please don't see me. For both wrench guy and the regular yellow jacket, the same kind of mechanic is viable because you want to aim for this. But you saw me, alas. You want to aim at the little backpack that's on their back. Well, the little battery that's on their back. That's the easiest way to do it. That's one way to do it, and probably the best way to do it. Please don't see me, please don't see me, please don't see me. Fuck you. Jesus, why do you always have to see me, man? Sauron, piece of shit. I'm trying to prove a point here. Like I said, you can use the gun or a knife, whichever, but you... How the fuck did you hear... Also, what you can do is aim at the head. That's pretty much it. Also, for these guys, the wrenches... He can defend with the wrench, actually. He can defend with the wrench. To summarize it, because apparently this is not letting me do this. And it's not that difficult to explain, it's just that they don't want me to explain this, apparently. We'll summarize it this way. There are two weaknesses to the yellow jacket. One, of course, is the headshot in the green part. If you're a good shot, it will die. Come on. No. And or two hits are sufficed, and in any way, shape, or form. So, for these guys, as you can see, I'm shooting and he has the wrench, and in some cases it deflects, and there's a different animation for it. So, you don't want to take them head on. The best way is either sneak up behind them for both the yellow and the blue guys with the wrench. Try to hit them in the battery, in the behind, on their back, and that's the easiest way to get rid of them. Use a knife, which I personally use the most, because... especially for the yellow guys, just quick two actions with the knife is the best way for me to do it, unless there's somebody shooting at the distance, which is rarely the case, or they're ganging up on me. For the Rocketeers, the bazooka guys, just shoot them, man. One or two shots are more than enough. Usually it takes one shot, which is easy. As you saw for the tanks, just try to not get hit. Basically try to hit the eye. That's pretty much how you want to take care of this. And also, another unit that we didn't stumble upon is the bomber guys, which we're gonna find them very shortly, so stick with me. Also, a good way to get rid of the unwanted people is just to run them over, because driving with this and running them over is probably the easiest way to get rid of any of them, aside from the tank. Whoa, 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 whoa. Run them over. Don't be afraid. Also, you need to have some speed before you try to run them over, unlike I did. They will try to shoot you, and you'll probably take some damage. But, yeah, that's also a good way to do this. Ah, yeah, we're in Shire. Nice. This is just one of the living spaces here in Skopje. Basically, I don't know how you call it, a municipality, I guess. I've been trying to find this bomb motherfucker for like 30 minutes at this point, and I think we finally got him. Yeah, there we go. There's... As soon as I give up. Anyway, what you want to do for these guys are pretty much simple. Just shoot them as much as possible. Don't try to engage in melee. They'll do a buttload of damage. Don't try to run them over with your dome, because it will also not be good for you. So you don't want to do that. So what you want to do is just shoot them. It doesn't matter if it is... No matter which weapon it is, we're very close to dying. Never mind. Well, this is not the best tactic for a melee, it seems. Those are the enemies so far that I've found that consist of Skopje 83. Those are the type of enemies that you try to avoid. Remember, don't try to shoot the blue guys with the wrenches. You try to sneak up on any of the enemies, especially the yellow and the blue jackets. Don't shoot at the blue jackets or try to shoot at their feet because they can deflect bullets with the wrench. Do not engage with the bomb guy. Try to shoot the bazooka guys. Try to shoot the tank in the eye. And that's pretty much it. And you'll be fine. Nothing else you need to do. And don't try to run like me, and so try to be sneaky. Melee is good. Melee works. Now moving on to our last segments, which are building or looting and reading the map. So let's get into the final part of this video. Also, if you enjoyed it so far, make sure to click subscribe, like the video, it helps out, and looking forward to see you once the full game releases. Okay, we are here, so I'm not gonna bother you with the resources that you need to collect because there are not a lot. It's 3, it's metal, fabric, chemicals. It's that simple. Everything else is extra. That's easy to figure out. So buildings. Buildings are interesting thing because some of them are able to enter and some of them are not. So this would be an example of a non-enterable building. No matter how you slice it, you'll just run around in circles and it's basically just a time waster. So this building is potentially enterable, so it's always up to you. You need to explore. As you can see, open door. And it opens. It's that simple, man. Looting is pretty simple as in any other survival game. You have your basic stuff lying around, of course, which you collect very easily. You open the cupboards because there's always some stuff in there that you may take, which is like guns, ammo, all that good stuff, which always helps. Also, make sure to open the wardrobe. I mean, it always flashes when you try to open some stuff. It shows you. But regardless, it's always good to have it on hand. Even some things like this are openable, so make sure you check every single nook and cranny before you exit a room. So you have 3 of here, and then we move on to the kitchen, which usually has the cupboards. You open them, sometimes you find nothing. Of course, you can't always be also the fridge. It's self-explanatory. Nothing else that you can basically, again, some of them are connected, but some of them like this, it's different, so make sure to check them. Like I said, always check them. Anyway, now I can only show you how we do, well, how we can loot. Okay, never mind. You see, this is why you want to shoot them. This is why you want to shoot them as soon as possible. So now we're stuck here, no munition, only a knife to fend for our life. And yeah, things are not looking good. Is he gonna climb? Oh, he is. When? He's following me. Well, too bad I'm quick with it. I'm quick with the knife. Anyway, again, same looting, same good old stuff. But also make sure to loot smart. Because, again, there's a lot of things to go around. And sometimes you may be overzealous to try to loot anything. Like something that you don't need at the moment, or sometimes you can waste something to just, you know, use it. For example, I'm a little bit not fat and I'm a little bit sleepy, so I will use the energy because, again, I'll use the water bottle because why wouldn't I? It's just holding up spaces. So make sure to, you know, basically use your unnecessary items, which are necessary of course, but unnecessary at the moment, just so you can have a little bit more extra space to loot that. And for the taller buildings, again, it's pretty much even simpler than this. Let me show you the buildings, and then we can move on to reading the map, and then we can conclude this beautiful video of ours. Also, big thing, you saw weapon parts. Weapon parts are very crucial, especially if you want to do weapons like SMG and other stuff like that. So make sure you're collecting your weapon parts and storing them in your dome before you die. Because otherwise you'll be stuck with a pistol until the rest of the run. And you don't want to do that, my friend. Also, before we move on to the map, I just want to mention, always try to aim like this. Because basically the regular aim is very bad. Even when you're close by, it takes more shots than it would usually. So your best bet is always to try to aim with the right click, man. See, there we go, sneak kill. That's how we do it. And before we left off for the map, here's how you're gonna go about looting buildings. You go in, you press the floor, which in this case is only one floor. Some of them are locked, and they'll probably remain locked, maybe until the full release. You go in, you do your stuff, you loot the shit, yada yada yada, and yeah. Pretty simple, man. Pretty simple. Not really anything I need to explain. Let's be honest, right? Right. Okay, since we're on a save here in the building, guess I can go over the actual map, finally. So, the map is pretty much self-explanatory, to be honest. As you can see, the grayed out parts are the map that's yet to be unlocked. Usually, a safe bet is when we'll move in the little white squares. As you can see, this one is covered, but the white squares such as these one, basically, these are the Metalski towers. So, if you ever want to need, or you need an indication of where to find the towers, that's usually the safe bet. Or you can just always, the more fun way for me is to basically drive around and find the glowing tower. So it's a bit of a choose your own adventure type of deal, which is what I did in my game playthrough, which you should probably watch. Of course, this is the player indicating you with the 1. I mean, pretty self-explanatory right there. You have the dome, which is also marked like this. It's pretty simple again. You have the Metalski tower, which this can be the one that's currently you're in progress or the one that you already done. So this does not go away after you finish the tower. So that's why I said you can always go by the white square rectangle to figure out where you need to go next. But be careful, some of them might be more difficult than others. And this is also pretty much self-explanatory because this is the Strujko, or the power station where you can repair or teleport your bus to. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the map. Again, there's probably going to be more stuff as this game goes on, because look at this map, man. At the end of the day, it's huge. It is huge map. It is very big map. So there's probably way more stuff to see than these. But these are basically the ones that you need the most, or you are worried about the most as a regular gamer. So hope you learn something with this, and you are gonna follow the journey once it starts on September 7th. We're gonna start from scratch, so that's gonna be interesting. Even though if it does allow us to start from where we were or where we are now, I think starting from the start it was gonna be more interesting. So hopefully you learned something. Hopefully this was nice educational video for you. And if there is something that I missed, or you are unsure that maybe I explained it properly, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And again, I'll probably play the demo a bit on the side as well until the game releases. I mean, there's nothing really else to do. So in the meantime, if there's any news, I'll probably pin them in a comment on this video, or if there's something small, or if there's more bigger things to look for, then probably we'll do another video if you guys want me to, of course. So like I said, that's gonna be the end for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed recording it. Let me know in the comments below, was this helpful? Are you excited? And are you ready for a full playthrough once the game fully comes out? Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, till next time, I guess. Pozdrav!